Coming to you from the Illegal Shift Studio, it is another episode of the One More and I'm Out of Here podcast. I missed the mic a little bit. Hi, everybody. I'm Dan Carroll. It's a great day today.
It's really bright in here.
The lights are working well. We got a lot of ground to cover today. And one of the things that my buddy to my right here, Andrew Pappas, has been upset about lately has been the
your glasses,
the attacks on the Tesla cars and the dealerships and all the rest of it. And as luck would have it, I ran into another one of Pappas's ex-girlfriends.
I always wonder what the lead-in is going to be here. So
who has some of her own feelings that sort of reflect Pappas's feelings about the Tesla trucks and the Tesla, what's going on with all that. Let's hear what this young lady has to say.
People keep correcting me, telling me that it's Cybertruck and not Tesla truck. I don't fucking care. I don't care what it's called. I hate them. I need them off the streets. I need them off the road. I need them off the highway. I need them out of my town. I need them out of my country. Fuck. I'm so sick of them. I'm so sick of Tesla trucks. Cybertrucks. Fuck.
So, perfectly reasonable response, I think, to what's happening with the Tesla trucks.
She was. I remember her.
I remember her vaguely.
And it's funny because this is Andrew. I don't know what it is about leftists, but they have the same sort of reaction to you no matter where you encounter them.
She was a little emotional.
She
was a crier.
Well, if she was involved with you, I understand why she cries.
I mean, and then she. I mean, I don't know what that lip thing was. I don't really know what the hell that was.
Attention getter. He sent that to me, and the email subject line was Papa's girlfriend. I'm like, I know exactly where that's going.
Sadly, it's like now becoming a segment, which is whatever.
Well, let's take a poll.
I mean, Dan, I'm not going to be pushed around.
We started the last several shows. We started the last several shows with
pushed around.
I'm not going to be pushed around.
Good segue.
We'll get to that in a minute.
But we started the last several shows with videos like this, and we put them up as Pappas's girlfriend.
Yeah.
I think my son has been watching the shows. He tells me he enjoys it.
Oh, so okay.
So let's take a little poll. Respond to the
hit the chats or the Instagrams.
The chats and Instagram.
Do I get to vote?
I will make.
Tell us how you like.
I will make an Instagram poll. If anybody's on Instagram,
I got a poll for you.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. That's if it makes me sound like that, I'm out.
You want a poll?
If it makes me sound like that, I'm out. I'll put an Instagram poll out. That way we can get some actual numbers for the next podcast. But throw it in the chats now. I mean, if you're here, do you like the Papa's girlfriend, ex-girlfriend segment?
And I'll be honest, I haven't really had the.
It's funny, you're channeling your inner Rob Herking, and it's amazing.
Well, I had a little procedure done on my eyes today, so I'm just.
It's amazing.
Lights are a little bright over here.
You didn't the last podcast.
I'm a little sensitive. I'm a little sensitive. A little sensitive right now.
As soon as I saw the email today, I was like, "Oh yeah, that's perfect."
Great. But I lost. You made me lose my train of thought.
I'm just here's the one thing I'm.
You wanted people to talk about.
Well, no, I was trying to set this up. I was trying to set this up for Pappas because this gal that we just listened to reflects the lunatic left out there, much like the person that you encountered the other day.
Yeah, and
so let's talk.
Not only her and him, but how many videos, and we'll share some today, but how many videos have we seen of people reacting to just Teslas and the violence that they're doing, and how they're reacting to even just seeing them on the roadway like she did. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm firmly convinced that we're experiencing, and we've talked about for several shows now, we've talked about my concern, at least, for the violence that's going on and being promoted by the left and the leftist, the Democrat leadership. And man, if seeing a truck makes you have that reaction, I'm sorry, you can't function in society. And if seeing me the way one of the leftists did this past week, makes you have that reaction that you just can't function, you're just not a contributing member of society. Now, I'm firmly.
Oh, pray tell, please tell us what happened.
Well, I love the bullshit of get them off my streets, off my highways. You literally have probably been driving for maybe a year and a half. Maybe. Shut the fuck up. How's that sound?
That sounds perfect.
Yeah.
Dumb bitch.
I will give you a little credit. She's a little younger than most of your other.
Thinner, younger, thinner, younger, more feminine.
Doesn't make her any less crazy.
I mean, I think you go looking for like the Beastie Boys, and you want to put them on there for me. I appreciate that.
Well, I mean, these leftist lunatics, they all there's a common thread.
There's a type
that runs through all of them.
Yes, and it's a heavy
thread.
That
bat crap crazy thread is what it is.
Most of them try to find sanity.
Our buddy Brian Thomas likes to say bat crap crazy. I love that.
Well, I mean, so I'll give you a brief recap because we have a lot to get to.
So I have this video when we're ready to play it. I
finally got it.
I have it titled "Let's Get Ready to Rumble."
Let's get ready to rumble. So I am sitting with a friend of mine from the gym. We're having and you guys corrected me. It's the Pancake House, or is it the Waffle House?
The Waffle House. Now you're going farther down Beach.
Okay, yeah. So it's a pancake. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Because I told someone to meet me at the Waffle
Pancake House. Great establishment.
Yes. Great establishment.
Wonderful. Every Saturday and Sunday morning, a line out the door to get in there. One of the very few places you can actually get.
Hey, easy. They're not a fucking sponsor, so until they're a sponsor,
okay, we won't blow.
I'm just talking about what a great
quit churching them up unless they're paying us money.
So anyway, that's at 8 Mile in Beachmont. I said 5 miles, so forgive me. I get them, juxtaposed. So anyhow. Long story short, we're sitting there having breakfast. I finish up my Geta and eggs, and you're exactly right. It's some of the best Geta around. It's thick, it's crispy. Anyway,
love it.
And we're finished. We're drinking coffee. We're just talking. Someone comes walking right up to the table, and he looks at me and he goes, "Do you know me?" And I look up, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I know this tool." I go, "Yeah, I know. What's your problem?" He goes,
"So it's kind of like a Quentin Tarantino movie."
But you also have to give the background of how you knew him, though.
Okay, how do I know him? So this guy has worked the polls in Anderson. He's a Mount Washington resident. He's the moderator for a page called The Watchful Eyes of Anderson Uncensored.
Oh, I need to start following.
And that page is completely and utterly filled with leftists, and he has a tendency.
It's French. It's called garbage.
I have a good friend that was a Hamilton County sheriff, and the guy doxed his wife really bad by mistake. The woman wasn't involved in anything, so by mistake, he doxes people all the time.
What a dick!
Puts their private information, where they work, bullshit out there. He's just a pig. Okay, he's a pig.
Yes.
And I let it be known that he's a pig because I don't like the guy. And he worked the poll at Mercer one year. Even though he's not an Anderson resident, he chose to work the poll and hand out Democrat ballots at Anderson. So we had interactions there, and he said, "Don't let me catch you out at night without my kids." And I go, "You know what, Justin, that doesn't scare me. I'm not scared. If you look at the video, when you see the video." So
wait, slow down a second. Stop. So when you were in the restaurant, he said, "Don't let me catch you."
No. That's
out.
what he said at the poll. That's
at the poll. This polling.
Prior. So that was a few years ago. So I haven't really, whatever.
That sounds like a threat.
It is a threat, but I don't care. So long story short, I said, "Okay." So he says, "Do you know me?" I said, "Yeah, I know you." I said, "What's your problem?" He goes, "You're my fucking problem." This is in the restaurant. Now it's full.
I love this.
Kids are there, parents are there. I mean, there's families there eating breakfast. Not too many because it was a school day, but
fucking
there were young
turned
kids
into
there.
Double deuces up in that bitch.
So anyhow, long story short,
well, give me a sense of what the volume level was on the conversation.
It was loud. You could hear it. Tables around us were looking.
So you dropped the F-bomb. Did people turn their head when you did that?
He dropped it first.
Oh, he did. Okay.
So he goes, "You're my fucking problem." I go, "Well, that's too fucking bad, asshole." And he goes, "Let's take this outside."
Oh.
So I like the establishment. You like the establishment. I like the manager. I didn't want
to
cause. Yeah, I love that place. They're not a sponsor yet, but so I got up and I said, "That's fine." I didn't want to cause a scene in the restaurant. So we go walking out. I see my buddy comes with me, and I see two dweebs off to the left that are standing at the counter area as we're walking out. I didn't know they were with him. So
he had a posse.
He had a little posse.
How about that?
Well, he was feeling froggy. So
wow.
He takes a left. He goes, let's go behind the building.
See, I didn't know that. I didn't know he had peeps.
I didn't, neither did I.
So I said, anything you have to say, Justin, you can say right here. And then that's where the video starts. And he starts getting agitated. Now, I wasn't.
The video is hard to understand.
Well, the video is hard to understand. The video is hard to see because it was sent from, apparently, when you send from an Android to an iPhone, the video sucks.
Oh, the Androids are terrible.
And I can't.
Oh, you just got an iPhone. Fuck off, clown.
I had an Android. How many times did I send you video on my Android?
And they were terrible.
And they were terrible.
Now all of a sudden you're an iPhone guy.
Now he's an iPhone fan.
No, I'm not. I'm not blowing up iPhones. I'm just saying I recognize that
problem.
Video taken on an Android phone does not transfer well.
Yeah, right. Doesn't transfer well.
So when I play this video,
it's gonna be pixely.
What I would like, but the audio as well, I would like for you to try to transcribe as best you can to your recollection.
Basically, we were talking. I can't remember off the top of my head what we were talking about, but I was like, I said, I put my hands as we went outside. I physically put my hands in my pocket because I wasn't concerned. I wasn't threatened, and I didn't want to be threatening. I didn't want to be accused of. The left has a mantra: "You're a bully," blah 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 blah, and I just didn't want to be what word is threatening in any way, shape, or form. Now, if you look at it, I probably got about 100 pounds on the guy. If you look at it, his arms have atrophied from lack of use. He was wearing skinny jeans, if that tells you about his sexuality.
His sense of fashion is atrophied, that's for sure.
He's fairly pot-bellied. He has no muscle tone whatsoever. So I was not concerned. And I had my hands in my pocket. So we go over there, and he kept, and
the disheveled, unkempt appearance.
So we're talking, and then he's saying one more step. And so I take a step to the side, not directly at him, and then we keep talking, and I'm explaining to him in a very tried to be rational way that he's the moderator of a garbage page and that he's nothing but garbage. And then that's when he flips out and he pushes me and he says, "Get out of my face." Now, he didn't just push me, he shoved me pretty hard. Now, given the fact that I was kind of expecting him to do something because he was torquing his arm. If you look at it,
dude, he was set up in a strike pose.
He was
one leg back, one leg
back, one leg forward. He was torquing his arm, and I was expecting and kind of almost encouraging him to hit me because I didn't give a shit because I wasn't worried about it, and I wanted him to have the first hit.
It really wasn't something we use a lot in Brazilian jiu-jitsu, but
I didn't shave that day, especially there, so I don't know about your Brazilian jiu-jitsu, but it happened, and I was kind of surprised that he had the nads to do it, and I said, "That's enough. That's all I need. I want to charge him with assault," because that's really what my goal was, is to get him charged with something because he's a tool bag. And I went inside. He got in the car. He left.
Here, let's show the video real quick, and then you can finish.
Here we go.
The after part.
One more fucking step forward. You'll go to jail. Not by me. Pussy. Step out back. Well, don't call the cops. You're the one that hides behind a fake fucking social media page. It's nothing but a comment. Why are you putting my fucking name? You're the moderator. It ain't fucking no fake. You're the moderator. Get the fuck out of my face, motherfucker. Let's call the police and call 911 right now.
Okay. Now you see there, if you notice the delay between me standing there, moving forward, and then him pushing me. So that was not him pushing me, wasn't a reaction. So what he was upset about. So on his page that I had seen, I'm looking at the comments. So on his page, what I had seen was he's attacking friends of mine, making shitty comments and exposing people. Like somebody commented anonymously, and then as a moderator, I don't do Facebook much, but he went in and somebody put an anonymous deal up there, and then he goes and doxes the person. He goes, "This is the person that posted anonymously. This is their name. This is their number." And so he doesn't like being treated the way he treats people on his page, right?
Yeah. Turnabout is not fair.
Right. So what I did on my post, not even a page. I don't have a page. I'm just my own post, right? I'm my own guy. So I post that, he's apparently had some financial troubles recently. He's had to file for bankruptcy. Shocking. And he changed the name of his business. So I had some fun with it. Facebook took the post down, my post down. I reposted it in a different format. It's been up there. He doesn't like it. Okay. But he treats people like garbage, and it's okay. But when he's treated the same as when he gets karma back to him, it's somehow not fair, not right. Typical leftist behavior. Now, why do I say he's a leftist? Well, he's a leftist because he hands out Democrat ballots. He comments on Democrat pages. He's just a Democrat, and he's a very leftist Democrat. My problem also with him is we called the police. Police came up, took my deal, looked at the video, said, well, let me talk to my supervisors. And let me say this first off. Our Anderson police are amazing. Okay. They are amazing. He was very professional. He was right on. He was not only professional, approachable, very good to work with. I don't have any problem with our police officers. I don't even have a problem with our district commander. He was great too. But let me say this. I was under the impression that once somebody lays hands on you, they're in the wrong, right?
That's
usually.
I would say that's a pretty good rule of thumb.
Well, the police said
I talked to multiple officers where I work.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, that would be assault.
Well, the thing that I was told is because I agreed to go outside with him, I was a participant, and it wasn't assault if he was trying to maintain his space. And I said, well, that's not, if you look at the video, that's not what occurred. So they did go find him. They went to his house or his trailer, I guess. And they went and visited him, and then he wasn't there. So they went to a job site. So I get the satisfaction over the homeowner saying, why are the police here checking on my shithole contractor, which he is. And at the end of the day, caused him some whatever. I don't give a shit about the guy. He's nothing. If you look at my body language, you look at my,
but I would be pissed. I would be infuriated.
Well, no,
let's roll the video one more time.
Oh, here we go.
I'll watch it again.
Well, give us a little play-by-play. Give us
one more fucking step forward. Dude, you'll go to jail. Fine by me. Pussy. Step out back. Well, don't call the cops.
You're the one that hides behind a fake fucking social media page. It's nothing but a comment.
No
Why you putting my
defensive
fucking
position. I can't my feet are side by
You're the
side.
moderator.
It ain't fucking no fake.
You're
And
the
then this is
moderator.
when
Get
he
the fuck out of my face, motherfucker.
Oh, and then so I go back. I turn around. I walk backwards.
One more fucking step forward.
Here's the deal. The police said I could have had two things. I could have done two things. I could have escalated it and had a full altercation with him, or I could, which we both would have been arrested and gone down and had to explain ourselves. I could have also then fallen and feigned injury. I didn't even have to fall. I could feign injury that somehow he injured me and sue him. Then the police would prosecute him or charge him with assault. I could fake an injury and call an attorney and sue him civilly. But given that he just filed for bankruptcy, I don't think there's a whole lot there that would justify anyone going after him. So the point here isn't, oh my God, I'm watching Ray Charles drink a beer. But the point of the matter is that this is just another example in the long line of examples of Democrats, leftists not being able to control their emotions. I didn't go out there for a conflict. I wanted to discuss it with him.
What's the first question when I called you and I saw this?
Yeah.
What's the first question I asked? I said, "What did you do?"
I didn't do anything.
And you said, I was sitting there eating my breakfast, drinking my coffee.
Right, sitting there drinking my coffee. I didn't see the flea bag. I had no idea he was in the restaurant. Had I even seen him, like, for example, last night I was at a trustee meeting and there was a group of Democrats behind us that I am diametrically opposed to. I do not like. They divide the township. They're horrible for the township. They're just divisive, bitter, angry women. I didn't say they happen to be female. I didn't say one word to him. Why? Because it's not the time. It's not the place, right? Ooh. They have the right to quiet enjoyment. I have the right to quiet enjoyment. Plus everyone else in that restaurant had the right to quiet enjoyment. But to a leftist, that the rules don't apply to them. He was overcome with emotion. I don't know if he was torqued up on some speed, crack, whatever. It didn't bother me. I mean, I don't know that he does drugs, but he obviously doesn't care about his health. So, I mean, I don't give two shits.
I don't agree a lot with what Cincy 513 says all the time, but I posted a comment up there. You two should box for charity.
I used to box in college. I'd love to do that.
I think you guys should. We could make that happen. And one more and I'm out of here. We'll sponsor it.
That would be huge.
At the end of the day, I'm more concerned. I mean, I have no problem with that, but I'm more
get those giant 40-ounce gloves, about as big as a pillow.
I'm more concerned with this. Jesus.
That's him trying to fucking find the ignition to his car.
I know. I'm more concerned with this. We see, this is an example of what I'm thrilled about, and I mean, thrilled might be a big word, but what what I was really funny and exciting. I don't know what it's up to. Can you see X now? Can you see Twitter now?
I can pull it up.
So yesterday, Jason told me the
libs
of TikTok.
You're talking TikTok.
Yeah, the libs of TikTok picked up that post. Okay, and the
libs of TikTok, big.
They have
big outfit on the social media scene.
Right.
Yeah.
They have 4 million followers.
Yeah.
And
they do post a lot of great videos.
They post a lot. Yeah. They do have a lot of content. But as of yesterday, that clip, that video, my post was up to like 180,000. Was it? What'd you say, Jason? Was it 180?
It was over 180,000 views.
180,000 views.
A bunch of comments. I didn't see the number of comments. I was just looking at views.
I was just looking at views too. So he is now, not only famous for being unhinged, but now also his name is out there, and I hope he's getting all the, the credit he deserves. Now, some of the comments were from some leftists here were, that's great. I didn't need work, but I'm going to call him. I'm like, yeah, like you can afford it, but whatever.
I didn't need work, but I'm going to call him.
Yeah. So anyhow, I don't really give a shit. But my point is, the rules don't apply to the left. I mean, Dan, you're a fairly well-known person, right? Other than when you're wearing your Ray Charles glasses.
Some would say
local celebrity.
Local celebrity. I mean, would you expect people to go up and bother you while you were having quiet enjoyment in a bad way? Not necessarily, not like, hey, Dan, you might enjoy the fawning and can I get an autograph, which is whatever. But
well, that doesn't happen very often. No. Generally, people, if they come up to me in a public place, they'll say, "Hey, I know who you are, whatever. Listen to you on the radio. Great job." They, shake a hand, maybe get a selfie.
Occasionally,
something like that.
Occasionally, fuck you.
Yeah, you suck.
I hate what you say.
Yeah,
but I mean, would you expect? My point is, let's say that as a conservative, if you saw someone out that you disagreed with?
No, I wouldn't expect someone, wanting to throw down
or to go out and interrupt your dinner. Have you ever wanted to go up and interrupt someone's dinner because you disagree with them?
I would never do that.
Right. So that's my point. The left has just lost their fucking minds.
Here's a great idea, fellas. I know you guys keep going, but I'm going to acknowledge the chats because I think they're good. Since he came up with an idea that they should raise money for the Dan Varner Foundation for kids.
That's in May. Yeah, Dan's having a big fundraiser.
So I like that.
You guys should have a boxing match. We'll figure this out.
I'm the MC of that event.
It's fine by me.
Since he said he will sponsor it as well, which I'd
like to get Cincy's opinion. Since he's on here chirping, I'd like to get his opinion as a liberal Democrat. I know he doesn't consider himself that, but I do. I'd like to somehow him defend his comrades. Because this is, you don't see, and if you please don't type in January 6th, because we've already discussed that and it's been negated fairly well. But where have you seen conservative behavior like this in public on an ongoing, now seems to be daily basis that we're seeing, we're having to even now label it domestic violence because I do believe it is domestic violence. There's a concerted effort. We have.
Well, that is an excellent point because it does tie in to what we're seeing with the whole Tesla stuff. But just to get back to this guy shoving you the way he did, as I looked at that video and then I looked at it multiple times before I put my post up.
When you can see
my reply on Facebook, and. My point was that, my buddy Pappas is a pretty big guy. He's got, and if there's a frame, if you freeze it right after that guy's hands make contact with you, there's a frame there that if you look at it, it looks like you had the potential to topple over. But my point is that this guy got away with what he got away with only because you're a pretty big guy. Had this been someone else who was not as big as you, or perhaps a woman who is, there's not a lot of women who are bigger than you. Had he done this to someone else, that makes this guy a danger to people. He's a menace and he's a danger to people. That if he wants to go around shoving people, like he could really hurt somebody.
The police did say, I said, listen, what if I was a female or smaller in stature, and he pushed me like that, well, then he would be charged. I said, well, that doesn't make sense to me.
That doesn't make any sense at all. It shouldn't matter.
I call that discrimination.
Here's the
It
other.
shouldn't matter how big you are. The guy wants to throw hands like that.
Here's the other disturbing
I
thing.
love our sheriff's department, but that's called discrimination.
Here's the other.
I don't care. I don't care what.
Since you're going to answer, you're not going to answer. So here's the other thing.
He's working on it.
The other thing is that he said, well, you're also well known, and it's who you are, because of your social media posts, and you were in office. I was like, well, I'm not in office now.
Discrimination.
So why does that matter? I'm not like Alex Jones or something like that. I mean, I'm just.
You're not like other members of it. Do you know who I am?
Yeah. So
haven't we seen local elected people from around here pull that card out?
Let me ask you this question: what if I was a trans female and he pushed me like that? Would he be arrested?
Could be a hate crime.
I mean, would he be arrested immediately?
I don't know.
I think he would.
Could be.
I think he would be.
Well,
what if the roles were reversed? I'll put it to you this way, and I've had multiple people confirm this in their opinion, because you can't be confirmed. If the roles were reversed and I pushed him like that, okay, I'd be charged and in jail, or at least charged. Yeah. And the fact that the roles were not reversed,
your picture would be on every newscast. 5, 9, 12, 19.
I remember a school board member.
Maybe the front page of the Enquirer below the fold.
Do you remember a school board member getting the phone pushed out of her hands when she shoved it in someone's face, and it was on Fox 19 that night saying how she was assaulted?
Yeah.
And they ran with that story, and she milked the shit out of that story, Leslie Rasmussen, where she jammed a phone into a friend of mine's face. So the fact of the matter is, that it seems like there's two sets of rules out there, and that's a bit upsetting.
And the fact that you heard that of who you are, the position that you held,
that bugged me a little.
That's fucking discrimination.
Well, it's
fucking discrimination.
At least they were being honest, and I appreciate.
I don't care.
So the fact of the matter is that I could take a push like that, because it wasn't just this. I mean, he launched into it, and which was fine. I didn't really give a shit.
We are going to get off
the local shit. But I want to get this. I want to get this out there. Yeah. The fact that's fucked up.
It is, but
it's discriminatory. Because
had
a trans girl gotten pushed, you're right. I completely agree with you. They would have done something right then.
And the fact that I just didn't stumble backwards, fall over, then they would have charged. I'm like, well, it's still the intent. It's the intent. It's not the result. It's the intent.
And you have a video of a stranger putting hands on you.
Putting hands. And I thought that was enough. It was not.
What is this guy saying?
This is good to know. This is good to know that I will be carrying my fucking gun more with me than I normally do.
Let me let you in on another secret, because my buddy that was filming it has a gun. Okay, carries all the time. If you pulled the gun in that situation, you're going to jail. Because
you're definitely going to jail.
But you're not. That's not an appropriate response.
They tell you in your concealed carry class, just know if you pull the gun, you're going to jail.
Right, and I mean,
at least for 24 hours.
To be fair,
it may go away. But
to be totally fair, I understand that, but when does it become life-threatening? I mean, let's say I was smaller in stature. Let's say that I look like him, and I was smaller in stature and never hit the weights. At the end of the day, am I justified? I just don't find it. But a bigger thing here, and this will roll into the show because we wasted enough time on this. I
love breaking this down.
Well, but I know the show's bigger than this. It shows how the left is completely and utterly out of control and cannot control their emotions. They're being whipped up into a frenzy by the leadership of the Democrat Party and leftists. And we have lots and lots of examples. Hell, I just saw I sent Jason the video. I don't know if he'll share it, but someone just driving a Tesla, and the person in front gets out, put a mask on, and come assaults them at their car.
Oh, that video is frightening.
Yeah, that's frightening.
I saw that.
So let's roll some of these videos and just so people can see.
Or yesterday when I can still see good.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
By the way, we're starting a GoFundMe page for
Dan's we're not
site to save Dan.
I am not starting a GoFundMe.
It's like Save Ferris. Andrew, I did see that.
Well, you can get to any of them.
You texted me that.
I know,
video.
but I
You didn't
always
email it.
I text so you can decide if you want to email it to yourself.
I know. Well, I don't.
So anyway,
That's not the way
my
it should
point
work.
is, I mentioned on the show, this violence needs to stop. The Pam Bondi and the president have labeled it domestic violence. When do we as a society understand that we cannot condone this behavior? When?
Well, I've heard the left try to make the argument that, well, after Dylan Mulvaney got a beer can from Bud Light, you guys
Stop buying Bud Light.
acted up against Bud Light
we stopped buying Bud
by
Light.
boycotting Bud Light.
Did we burn Bud Light trucks?
No.
Did we burn Bud Light distributorships?
Well, Kid Rock took his gun and shot it with
his cans.
automatic.
He shot his cans with
on his property.
On his property.
With his cans, things that he paid for.
Were those cans in a convenience store and didn't belong to him?
No, they were at his house.
Were they in a truck being driven around and he shot up the truck?
But that's they're trying to draw an equivalence.
There's no equivalence
that just
there.
isn't there.
There's no equivalence there.
I mean, when Trump did not win the 2020 election, which I think he did win, but
I agree.
There was no violence on behalf of Trump.
Well, they're going to argue with you. They're going to say January 5th was a riot.
January 6th.
January 6th. I'm sorry, 5th, 6th. It's close.
I'll be happy to argue with January 6th all day.
Right.
Now, especially now that we know that the FBI had dozens of operatives in the crowd that day.
No question. No question.
Yeah.
After Joe Biden was properly, or whatever, we can disagree but whatever, they decided that Trump lost the election. January 6th happened.
What happened after that?
What happened after,
in terms of violent outbursts?
None.
Absolutely nothing.
Did after January 20th, did we go and Joe Biden did executive order after executive order, open the border, all the other bullshit that went on? Did we go marching and destroy, shit because we didn't like Joe Biden's actions? Did Joe Biden, when he appointed that tranny, that cross-dresser as charge of the nuclear secrets, did we go protesting in the streets because that was part of his administration? The way they're doing Elon Musk?
Seemed like a good pick.
We argued those things in again the arena of ideas.
The arena of ideas.
And that's where we took our grievances.
Yeah, it's frustrating because,
but for those on the left, doing that is not good enough. They have to act out. Look, and they're acting out in dangerous and violent ways.
This will surprise some people that are my critics, and I'm fine with it. Violence is not the answer. If you want violence, we're going to go down a road that is not going to have a happy ending for either of us. That's not a threat. That's just a freaking fact.
But that's what the Democrats are saying that is going to happen. But it's going to happen because of your actions.
Absolutely. And the Democrat Party has been promoting and actually relishing the violence that's occurring.
Yes.
I mean, Tim Walz, for example, not a bright guy. Not a bright guy.
God damn it.
But wait, Tim Walz was celebrating the fact that Tesla stock was tanking, right?
Yeah.
Tim Walz failed to realize that a good portion of his state's pension fund had invested in Tesla
stock. What a fucking moron.
And when he was like, well, I opened up my stocks and I look at Tesla just to get a little boost today.
Yeah.
Did you see what Elon Musk responded to that phrase?
I didn't see the response.
So like you said, Tim Walz said, yeah, when I need a little boost, I look at my Tesla stock. And Elon Musk's response to that was, when I need a little boost, I look at the portrait of Donald Trump in the White House.
That's fucking perfect.
And JD Vance. Hey, he threw JD Vance in there too.
Let's look at some of these videos that are going around because
I've been waiting. You two,
people may not
people defacing Teslas.
Liberals not being able to control their emotion in regards to Teslas. Let's check this out.
That shit cracks me up.
I think one of these guys is a buddy of 513.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And I think
is that the guy?
I'm not
I know
sure.
the guy you're talking about.
You tell me which one we're looking at.
Guy
here.
digging for mud.
Here. That's not the one digging for mud.
Which one are we looking at here?
This is the king, and then
the apartment complex.
and then you see the apartment.
Yeah. Now check this out.
Now see what I didn't
look
know.
at that 5-star apartment complex he's going into. This guy just runs
with a door that opens out. By the way,
that's right.
That's how you know it's good.
It's quality.
The door opens out.
What I didn't know is that so many of these Teslas are equipped with onboard cameras.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they
and are they rolling all the time, or is it
sentry
motion?
Mode. It's called
motion
sensor. Sentry mode.
And so if someone comes up and damages your vehicle,
you've got a record
video.
Yeah, and there's probably I don't know how many cameras on that car.
So they've got an onboard digital video recorder.
513. We've already discussed January 6th. You might want to move up on get current with the program. Let's roll some more. So that's a guy key in the car and then walking into his apartment.
Oh, here's old boy. Here's a boy going fucking 4 knuckles deep in his butthole.
Oh, this is the guy I think you said was
and just decides.
Watch closely.
And 513. He just decides. I mean,
you look. I'm just saying, 513. Do your civic duty. If you can identify this clown, then he would help out.
And I'm going to tell you, bro. I love. As we call them here in the house, I love an office meeting as much as the next guy. Throwing a big fucking dumperoo down.
This is too much information.
I wipe my ass, I wash my hands, and I'm out. I'm not throwing my hands in my ass crack. And this is exactly what you're gonna fucking see here, people. And it's fucking disgusting.
This is walking around with the load in his fucking drawers. Is that what's going on?
No, I think he's grabbing ass sweat.
No, he's rubbing his shit on the car.
He pooped in his pants and he's.
Well, I mean, I can't prove that he pooped in his pants, Andrew. I'm just saying he's grabbing at least fucking ass cheese.
Well, I mean, who has that much ass cheese to grab?
Well, apparently, look at him. He looks like you. You got a ton.
Look at that fat fuck.
Look at this guy.
And I'm gonna stop and get a second handful.
He kind of looks like the guy that threw down with me. What doesn't he? A little bit. No, he's fatter. No, he's got bigger legs. Look at him. Wait, I'm getting. Got it there. There's the one that got some corn. Got some corn.
Just walking around with.
Oh wait, digging further.
Walking around with 4 handfuls. Wait. Fucking feet.
I showed you.
Look at this fucking idiot.
Is that an American flag on the shirt?
Jesus fucking Christ. It's worth one more.
I mean, I hope the cops who arrest this dude
receding hairline, fucking mullet.
Look at him.
They know to glove up.
You know he probably wiped his beard after this.
Can you imagine what he ate last night? Can you imagine what he ate last night?
I wonder what his girlfriends look like.
Virtual.
What an absolute fucktard. I mean, I would never, ever dream. You know what? I'm really upset with Dan.
No, let's keep going. Well,
I think those are the only couple.
You're upset with me?
I thought you had the one. I thought you had the.
I don't have the other Tesla ones.
Oh shit!
There was a bunch of them.
If I were to actually get videos the way that they're supposed to be sent to me, then yes, I would have all of these things.
I texted it to you. I sexted it to you.
Well, then
I email mine.
You're not. Thank you, Dan. And I appreciate that.
Let's pimp up Dan on the show.
I'm just saying, you send them where you got to look at them on.
Emailed it to you.
I think it's actually.
I don't have Instagram on my phone, so I can't look at them.
I think it's actually grotesque enough.
There actually is. 513 actually has a good idea that there is. I have seen a Tesla truck that is wrapped like the General Lee. I have seen one. So when you got the money,
fucking Kid Rock's got one.
When you got the money,
Kid Rock fucking owns.
Is that how
one.
he wrapped his like that?
Yes.
So if
Kid Rock owns one,
let me tell you something. If you've got the jack to go buy a Tesla truck and then wrap it, you're doing well in life.
That's cool.
Because
that's very cool.
It is expensive, and I honestly don't know why you would wrap a stainless steel vehicle, but more power to you.
Well, yeah, life is full of choices.
It is full of choices, but again,
I've seen a few green ones lately. Do they come out of the factory like that, or
I don't know. I don't think they do. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a Tesla
probably
expert.
special order.
I mean, maybe, but
okay.
The trucks are supposed to be, from what I've seen, they're all stainless steel. So I don't know if they would do that at the factory or not. But hey, listen,
I didn't see what the outside of is it Kaya Trump? Is it Kaya or
Kaya?
I think it's Kai.
Kaya.
Kaya?
Is it Kai? Maybe it is Kai.
I think it's Kai.
His granddaughter. I don't know. She's
a good golfer.
She didn't get just a cyber truck. She got a cyber beast, which would be like the Ford Raptor.
Whoa. They make a cyber beast?
Yes.
What's it look like?
Yeah, it's Kai. I'm pretty sure it's Kai.
I mean, it looks the same. I think it's just souped up a little bit better.
Whatever.
It's like the Ford F-150 versus the Ford Raptor.
If I email you one now, will you get it?
Yeah.
She's going to play golf at Miami University.
That's all I ask you to do is email me.
Miami,
Florida.
Miami, Florida. Okay. And she's worth, I think her NIL deal is like approaching 6 million now.
Well, she's apparently a very, very, very good golfer.
She's a good golfer. I've seen her golf on some of the YouTube videos.
You guys divert so fucking bad. It's
what?
disgusting.
Well,
you brought up Kai Trump.
Brought up Kai Trump.
I know. Talking about the cyber truck.
Oh well,
and the cyber beast, and then also now you're going into her fucking golf game.
She's good. That's what she's known for.
So anyway, this this. Can we get back on?
And Tiger Woods is dating a Trump now. Did you know that?
Yes, I did.
How about that?
Whatever.
Maybe that's why he was bumping around with Kai.
Maybe. So
I'm sure. You think he's actually
trying to keep the show on track here. All right, this is
what the fuck is this?
Yeah, this is the latest one.
We're not there yet.
We're not there yet. And much along
it's not on the screen yet.
The lines of where we've been going with the last guy digging for mud. Apparently, this girl This girl is got an itch.
It's amazing to me how you had that phrase like readily available.
Digging for mud.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I just had to see it.
I mean,
what would you
is
call
that
it?
Is that a phrase?
It's a Southern phrase.
It sounds like a phrase you've used many times in the past.
Digging for mud.
Yeah.
No.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure.
You seem to have great familiarity with that phrase.
Listen, Stevie, shut up.
I'm just saying.
Stevie.
I'm just saying.
Why don't you shut up?
That phrase had not occurred to me the whole time.
Digging for mud? That's the greatest phrase ever. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying.
Just because I'm a little bit more witty. Don't hold it against me.
I am not. I'm just asking.
Hey, Felix and Oscar, can you two shut the fuck up?
Okay, sorry.
Let me play this fucking video.
Okay, so here's another one. Here's another one. And this girl's got either some sort of itch down below.
That's impressive, though. Like, just to have, I guess, the vagina lips. You can't say balls. Have the vagina lips to just fucking
itchy.
do that.
My butt itches.
Right on a fucking door handle. What a fucking idiot.
Numerous videos of people spitting.
I haven't seen this video. Can you describe exactly what's happening?
Yeah, for the audio listeners.
To put it in Forrest Gump, her buttocks.
Buttocks rubs right on another vehicle.
She's rubbing her buttocks on the car.
So I've seen lots
inappropriately.
I've seen videos of people going up and smashing on
What
the windows
purpose
while
does
they're
that
driving.
serve?
Remember the video of the guy of smashing your buttocks on a car, or just smashing the car?
Is that being disrespectful to all Teslas?
I don't know, but the guy's walking through the parking lot. And one guy smashed his luggage. He was a professor. Hey,
I did see that one.
Yeah, that guy was a professor at the University of Michigan and has written some book. And he's in big time. I mean, I don't know if he'll lose his job, but
I don't know.
I mean, where do we...
I know who you're talking about. I don't
So
have it.
people are going around debadging their Teslas, and some people are like, I'm selling my Tesla and blah, 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 blah. I mean, this is where we're at as a country. So
you guys wanted it. You guys wanted the fucking electric vehicles, and it was going to be what was the year 2035?
Well, Ocasio-Cortez said we only had 12 years left, and
I'm not asking.
That was back in like 2004.
But Biden was putting
2010.
Biden had a mandate.
Biden had a mandate that was going to be like
2030. What was it?
30? Yeah, it could have been 30.
That we'd only have electric cars.
Yes.
Yeah.
So here we are. We've got a guy who's helping the fucking government,
right?
Who produces electric cars
better than anyone else.
Kind of has an in, and now you motherfuckers want it all out. Fuck off, and I'm gonna throw shit on your car. I'm gonna key it. I'm gonna fuck it up, and that is so dumb. It is so dumb.
Here's the problem, as Jason mentioned, I think the last show or the show before. Some people are thinking that all electric cars are Tesla. So I saw the video of some poor soul just keying the shit out of a Rivian.
We talked about that last time.
And I don't even think that company's in business anymore. I don't think Rivian's in business.
No, I think Rivian is. I think Fisker's not. I think Rivian's still making cars. But here's the deal.
And some poor asshole that fucking bought a Chevy Volt.
Oh man, that sucks.
The biggest piece of shit car ever. I've seen it.
Oh Jesus. So listen, I don't really have a bill. I don't think I have an issue if you want to buy an electric car. I really never cared. I had an issue subsidizing it, mandating it. Yes, I have an issue. But in the electric car,
have it.
In the electric car market, there's really no doubt that leading the way on technology, convenience, superchargers, and how many videos have we seen of them destroying supercharging stations and vandalizing and burning supercharging stations
with the swastikas,
and
never mind cutting off the cables to get the copper out of them.
Well, that they should do when it's live. But anyway, the point of the matter is that the company that's leading the way on innovation and continuing to improve the quality and everything in it is one company. Everyone else is following. That's Tesla. And here we are now. A large part. The cars are primarily made where? In the United States.
Actually, I saw a graphic a couple of days ago that showed Teslas are made 100% in the United States, and Ford, I think, was around 40 or 50%. GM cars were around 30 or 40. I mean,
so the
motors, less than half.
The motors, the batteries, all that shit from Tesla comes locally produced.
Well, they're either made or assembled, or it showed Tesla being made 100% in the United States.
So
right,
for his investment in Joe Hunt says 100%.
So there's Rivian stock.
There, Joe. I mean, I'm sorry. So for his investment, for employing Americans, for having dealerships here, for being one of the champions in the green or the green transportation movement, he and I'm not even going to mention SpaceX yet, but at the end of the day, he's now the villain of the left because he's applying Doge, trying to make the government as efficiently as his car.
Well, it just shows how emotional and how ill-equipped they are
exactly
to examine issues in a way
and react
in the public square
and react in an unemotional
and there's Tesla,
logical
Tesla
manner.
stock.
So I mean, listen,
now let me ask you this:
yes,
you brought up the notion of subsidies just a short time ago.
Yeah.
I was under the impression that Trump was going to stop the subsidies that go out to if you buy an electric vehicle.
He was,
or for all the solar panel farms and the windmill farms and all that. Have you? And maybe it was in with the first couple of days in office. How many executive orders did he sign? 100 or 150?
A lot.
Maybe it was in there, but I don't recall that one specifically.
I've read
that he was ending those subsidies. Do you?
I've read that it was done. I haven't seen the order, but I read exactly what you did, that he was in favor. And the funny thing, so and let me ask you this: because I've heard this said that Trump is Musk's puppet. Trump's really the president, or Musk is really the president.
Yeah,
Trump's
so it's the other way around.
And so my question is, if that was the case, would those subsidies then be put in an end or increased? You'd think the opposite, I mean, Musk would be the biggest fan of those subsidies, right? But if it's going away, if it's being done away with by this administration, that negates their argument what the left is, anti Elon about. I just have a big, I see a lot. I've heard,
and I've had a lot of people call me on the radio show and say, well, what about big oil and the gasoline companies and the farmers? They get subsidies too. And my response to that is, I have been in favor of getting rid of subsidies for big oil, and I've never understood why the government needs to subsidize farmers the way they do either. So I'm in favor of getting rid of all that stuff.
Well,
the farm, I think the farm thing is probably a little more complicated, but as far as I'm concerned, those are some things. And there's a lot of things that the government is involved in they shouldn't be involved in, and the free market system should work all that out. And the government should not be picking winners and losers.
I would say the only thing I think the argument that they would make of farm subsidies is, farmers don't make a lot of money as it is, and they want to keep our food supply secure, so that's why they justify subsidizing farmers. I would agree with you though on everything you said. I would be a favor of doing away with those subsidies, seeing how we could encourage them to, do something that actually makes money rather than paying them not to plant crops to prop up prices, etc. But farmers, I don't know of many farmers, and I'm talking farmers, not the large corporate
not
farms.
The corporate farmers,
farmers by and large are the hardest working people in the United States, and they make no one goes into farming to get rich. I can guarantee you that.
Did either one of you send me a fucking article about farming?
Well, we've segued into it. This is just segue.
All right. Awesome. Thanks.
Okay. Well,
this is just stream of consciousness.
This is called.
Well, it's awesome. Then I will take less time to get a show.
This is called freeboarding. This is called freeboarding. We're just bouncing ideas.
I'll take less time to put the show together.
What are we? Are we supposed to restrict ourselves to just things that you want to talk about?
In a box here?
Well, we had a thumbnail we had a thumbnail about our vice president talking about the former vice president, which is the whole
I know.
not the premise of the show.
No, not the whole show.
But we have to hit it.
One of the things, and I'll segue right now.
But you two fuckers want to just go off on your own.
One of the farming subsidies deals with ethanol, and ethanol is used.
Look at you! You were so good.
You're so smooth.
You were.
I don't think you can drink ethanol.
No, but you can drink a little bit of it.
I'd like to see that happen. I'd actually like to see that happen live.
But wait, what else? Wait, hold on. I'll get there.
Happens a jug of ethanol.
Just hold on a second.
I'm fucking around.
I'm gonna get there. Care. So what else is farming used for? You raise hops and grains, and what can you make from grains?
Beer
and liquor.
You were so
now speaking
100%.
So speaking of,
let's drink. There we go.
So
we got to bring that back.
So I segued right in it.
Only two of us.
So our vice president said one of the funniest things that I think I've heard.
JD Vance is awesome.
He is so awesome.
Yeah.
Let's play it. Let's play it.
I don't have.
Roll the article.
I'm going to roll the article first, and then I got a video. But yeah, so JD Vance, like when I saw this, it just made me giggle because you're trying to compare Kamala Harris to JD Vance and where they're sitting, and JD Vance has been vice president for what? Month and a half, 2.5 months.
Isn't it amazing?
Whatever.
A short period of time.
But you all of a sudden want to be, you're getting compared, which you're in the limelight. I get it. But this quote in here, which had me fucking rolling. It said, Vance's remarks came as described as a difference between how he and Harris handled the role as vice president, and he speculated about relationship dynamic between Harris and former President Joe Biden. It goes further in where Harris and Biden didn't trust each other. So they weren't getting information. They weren't like actually being partners. But then when fucking Vance said, well, I don't have 4 shots of vodka before every meeting.
So
I love that.
Freaking awesome.
And I wanted to try to find the interview, and I
actually heard it. I heard him say it,
but I couldn't grab it.
He said it on the podcast. There's Dan Bongino, as you know, is now the deputy director of the FBI. So Dan Bongino has left his lucrative radio and podcast business to serve the country as the deputy director of the FBI. The guy that took over for Bongino was interviewing JD Vance, and that's where that quote came from. And he said something about Kamala Harris, and JD said, I don't have to have 4 shots of vodka. That's pretty good.
And he said that's one way. This is a quote. That's one way I think that Kamala really tried to bring herself into the role in these word salads. I think I would need to help I would need a lot of alcohol to answer a question the way Kamala Harris answered.
Look, and that's not only is it funny, because
it just makes me giggle every time I fucking look at it.
It's funny because how many times did we watch the word salads come out of her mouth that were like, she's got to be drunk? I mean, especially the last one, which was at the awards.
So it'll be
the actors.
It'll be this one.
Not the Oscars. Was she wasn't at the Oscars?
It was she was talking.
I don't watch those fucking awards.
She was talking to a bunch of actors, so it was either.
I got it right here.
Yeah, I sent Jason the video, and this was.
Where was this?
This is video of her. She was in New York, and I think she stopped by. Where the cast of
Hamilton,
I think.
I knew it was something to do with theater. I'm not, unlike Jason, I'm not a theater guy, so whatever.
But all I'm saying
I
is,
will be tonight,
and it's a split screen with a comedian. I forget the comedian's name, but he's well known.
It's funny,
yeah. But I mean, listen to Kamala Harris here.
I'm gonna let this play.
You judge for yourself.
A good bit.
Judge for yourself.
Anybody to see that, because then what do we have left? And the way that I see it also is that when we think about like these moments where we see things that are being taken, but also let's see it as nature abhors a vacuum. So where there's a vacancy, then let's fill it, right? And let's know that the reality is that the progress of our nation has always been about the expansion of rights, not the restriction of rights. Mm-hmm. We're seeing a U-turn right now. But we have to keep fighting for those rights to be maintained, which means we have to be vigilant. And it's just the nature of it. It's the nature of it. Whatever gains we've made, they will not be permanent unless we're vigilant. And this nation, our democracy, our rights are only going to be as strong as our willingness to fight for it. And it's the nature of it that we do have to fight for those rights. You guys know, I mean, look what, I mean, this beautiful play and everything that we know. He was suppressed. He had to suppress so much. But he knew, and he took those risks.
Never
but we have
like
to,
that in the bar. Ever.
Clear-eyed. And it doesn't mean we don't see the beauty in it.
More.
Right? These things all coexist. Yeah. But I believe we fight for
if she's not
something,
drunk, she's
not
on
against
something.
Yes. Right. And that's our optimism.
Jason, if I
Thank
you so much.
Thank you. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you for what? She didn't say nothing.
So there you go. There's Kamala Harris.
Thank you for what?
He's awesome.
I can't believe I can't remember this guy's name, but he's hilarious. He is absolutely hilarious.
Now he makes pancakes and waffles.
Yeah,
and
he's got started a side business.
Yeah.
But judge for yourself. I mean, look, we've all seen drunk people in our lives, and the thing is, who does she think she's impressing in this video? She's there, and I believe it. I could be wrong, but I believe it was the cast of Hamilton. And this video is actually a couple of months old.
Yeah,
but she was in New York
City. It's an older
City.
video,
Yeah.
but it's
this
is one of many.
Many videos.
This is just
Yeah.
the one
Like
that you said.
The most recent.
There's a lot of them out there that you can look at this and judge for yourself. And people want to talk about Pete Hegseth. Oh my God, he showed up for work late and he was hammered and he was drunk and all that. Well, show me a video like that of Pete Hegseth, and I might give some credence to that argument.
You won't see it.
Because it doesn't exist.
Right.
It's a lie.
Right.
Just like do you know the New York Times today published a flat out lie about Elon Musk was going to go to the Pentagon and be briefed on war plans for China. That is complete crap. Elon Musk is going to the Department of Defense to doge the Department of Defense. That's what he's there for,
and he should.
And Trump and the whole story today involved into, well, Trump is denying that Elon Musk is going to get briefed on war plans. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. This administration is being as transparent as possible.
How many?
And the media continues to want to lie and throw falsehoods.
How many press interviews? How many interactions with the press has Donald Trump had in the first 3 months of his
you can't count them all.
Can't count.
You can't count them all. No.
And one is more entertaining than the other. Compare that to how many press interviews.
But I was thinking about the thing that sucks about that as a journalist is like, oh man, I've got an exclusive interview with Donald Trump. So if you've got that exclusive, and then you record the interview, by the time that interview makes the air,
right,
he's already done a half a dozen more
right.
that were live, or he's answering questions in the Oval Office. It's on live TV.
Right.
So any news that he makes on your exclusive interview isn't news anymore.
Stale.
because he's going on and on.
And I will tell you this.
And I'm not saying it's bad to get an exclusive interview, but as a journalist, getting an exclusive interview with Trump is
not a big deal.
Well, it is a big deal.
It's a big deal, but I mean,
it's
not relevant because he's already passed you.
It's not like the entire world is going to be hanging on that interview to find out what the news is.
So
because
I might be ignorant, but since he says will he doge his own government contracts? Well, he's
doging everything.
He's doging everything.
And to dovetail with his comment, I heard someone say, and I haven't seen it, so I won't know because I don't believe much of what I read, but especially on social media. But they're like, oh, he charged the government X amount of dollars to go up and get those astronauts down. I'm like, and what's your point? Number one, could anyone else do it? I'm sure that he did it cheaper than the federal government would have done it themselves.
Boeing tried to do it, and they fucked up.
So
Boeing left them.
You look at our space program. Where would our space program be today without SpaceX? We would still be relying on the Soviet Union to launch our astronauts from Russia and then bring them back on the Soyuz, because after the space shuttle, which I'm not saying it's right or wrong that they canceled the project, but they had no they had no replacement for the shuttle.
They put
and
no
we
money.
had to rely on Russia.
They put no money back into NASA after that.
I mean, how belittling is that, and how much of a cuckold does that make us as a nation, if we've got to
go hand in hand,
hat in hand to Russia,
hand in hand,
hat in hand to Russia,
to beg.
I don't know. I don't know which one's older, but
can we give
I'm
you?
going with him.
Can we give you, $400 million to send a couple of astronauts?
And then after we're in a conflict with Russia, how does that work out? At least we have no relations because of Ukraine.
But Obama was fine with it.
Then you got more motherfuckers stuck up there.
Yeah, more. And how do we look? Number one, how do we look? Number two, and let me say this now. Other than the large, what's it called? His big giant spacecraft. I can't remember the name of it. The silver one that he's not manned. He's just practicing with. I forget. But anyway,
yeah.
And that one is blowing up because every launch he's learning more and more and more. But
it's supposed to blow up.
It's supposed, by design. He's learning, right? So he's practicing. Which, if you have that much money, you can practice that.
Titan?
Shit.
Is it Titan?
No, it's not the Titan.
Yes.
That's something.
I forget what he calls.
That's what.
It's
Anyway,
not the Starlink.
It's not the Starlink. Anyway, but anyhow,
that's his fucking internet.
So anyhow, but my point here is
he's got internet. He's got space.
He's got all kinds of shit.
He's got all
just
electric cars that are getting fucking blown up.
His normal rockets that are launched with the Raptor engines, and if you looked at the evolution of the Raptor engines, the Merlin engines that he uses, I mean, how they've been simplified and made more compact and more reliable. Those don't blow up. I mean, that's why no one watches space launches anymore, because it's like, oh, ho hum, there goes another rocket into space. It's not a big deal, right? Because it's like clockwork. I mean, the guy has his shit down. And for that, he has been savaged. He's doing the Doge thing for free. He's not taking a salary from it. He's trying to make the government more efficient because, sadly, look, folks, whether you like it or not, and this is a Starship. Thank you, Joe. The simple
Raptor is the one that explodes. The Falcon is the one that is running.
So here's the deal. Like it or not, both sides can agree we are on an unsustainable fiscal path in this country. We cannot continue to do what we're doing. And one party is trying to fix it, and the other party is diametrically opposed to fixing it, or else we as a country are going to go broke and our currency is going to collapse. I'm not trying to scare you. And that's a whole show. That's probably multiple shows.
Yeah.
That's a simple fact. Now, when you want to be a grown-up and have the discussion, let me know. But running around scaring people, saying he's going to cut Medicaid and Medicare, which is a lie that hasn't been touched, and saying, oh, this and oh, that, the sky is falling, and then not offering any solutions is not the adult way to have an argument. And that's on the Democrat Party. Rather than coming to the table and saying, let's agree on what these cuts, let's get to a point. As we discussed before, we are still at COVID spending levels. We are post-COVID now. We should be talking about budgets, federal budgets that are pre-COVID levels, and we're not. We're not having it.
Cut it back.
Cut it back. No, Joe, I agree with you. I don't think we can ever recover. But let me say we have a couple of sponsors where we have a sponsor we're going to get to, a new sponsor, but Dan can't read it, so we're gonna wing it a little bit. But I wanted to say
I'll get
one
it next
thing.
time.
When do you want me to say my thing? Before or after?
Yellow ribbon?
After.
All right. Well, after we do this.
Right.
So, Dan, you're going to read
You know who the new sponsor is.
I have nothing to read.
Okay, well, basically, we have a new sponsor. It's Murphy Engraving. They're a veteran-owned company. They were established in 2022.
You're a dick.
They do. That was to him.
What?
They do. It's an Listen, this is an American company. We discussed it before. They're local. They're here. They're sponsoring our show. We can't be any happier. And I'm going to make a graphic much along the graphic that we're going to show here in a minute. So the next show we'll have it much better done. But we want to thank them for their sponsorship. They make this show possible. And if you need engraving needs, I'm sure they do all sorts of materials. Jason,
fucking Dan's a fucking asshole. And,
what? He can't see. Have some compassion.
I was texting with Dan earlier. He could have fucking told me, but yeah, small family-owned company, 2 brothers.
What do they engrave?
Anything and everything.
I'm a senior.
Wood, glass, slate, acrylic, plastic, stainless steel, gifts of all kinds.
Correct.
If you want it for your school, your business, athletics, any business ideas, but you're a fucking dick.
They could have engraved my award I got last
Yeah.
time.
So you got a fireman and you got his brother who's a military vet.
I'm going to write an awesome commercial for this.
I'm sure you are.
I am. Have I done it before?
You have, but
I've written a lot of good commercials.
You and I have had a conversation today earlier, and
he can't see.
But yes,
compassion.
Kevin can
See,
do
nothing.
Kevin can do anything you need. Jesus Christ. What a way to start. What a way to start with a new sponsor. You guys are fucking
Hey,
awesome.
listen, and I'm going to try to roll
You
something.
guys are fucking
Jason,
great.
if you send me that file, I'm going to try to roll something which they've been kind enough to let me, gracious enough to let me do this. I'd like to promote an event. Well, there's a couple, but this is the most recent one. We have an event coming up that I'm a part of. You guys have heard of it, the Yellow Ribbon Support Center. I hope our watchers, listeners know of the Yellow Ribbon Support Center. Keith, great guy. We have a dinner coming up. We have a scholarship fundraising dinner that we do every year. We give scholarships in the name of local soldiers that have died in duty, died in active combat. So I created this video with Canva, which I'm playing with. Are you going to play it? Can you play that, or are you just going to show it? Because it's so amazing.
It goes.
I don't know.
Is there music behind it?
Yeah, there is music.
Okay.
If you unmute it. Look at that. Hit the unmute. Look at that.
I mean, they have it.
Dan's crying, but you can't see because he's blind right now. But I mean, this is. Look at how I did that. Is that not amazing?
You did a good job.
I mean, that's not a bad job, is it? It's not great. That's not bad. So anyway, my point is they ask for nothing. They're on. They have a Facebook page. It's on my Facebook page. Please share, like, somehow get the message out. The Yellow Ribbon Support Center. I love these people. It's a great event, and if you can support it in any way, shape, or form, it's coming up soon. The deadline for RSVPing is now April 1st. So you have time to buy your tickets.
Unfortunately, fucking Kevin was sitting here fucking watching this, and he was like, "Thank you so much, guys. You kill me, and I love it." Kevin, I apologize because I didn't know fucking Ray Charles.
We didn't know Ray Charles
wasn't going to be able to like ad lib something because he said I won't be able to have something.
That's my
tonight.
bad. I wasn't thinking.
While he's
Jesus.
on, while he's
Kevin,
on,
I apologize.
Hey, Jason,
but we appreciate it.
Jason, I see his avatar. Is he a drone pilot instructor?
Yes.
Oh, I need drone pilot instructing. I have a drone I haven't used, so I need to get with you, Kevin.
There you go.
Thank you. So we can use each. I want to start dronage.
I'm a drone pilot.
Yeah. Yeah.
You are?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Where's your drone?
Yeah, with those fucking sunglasses.
Where's your
on,
drone?
you are.
I'm just saying, I got a license. That's all.
I'll let you know when our next.
You do?
I'll let you know when our next fucking podcast is because now we're overdue.
Did you drone? What's your dronage?
And everybody, we love you.
I'm a licensed
Murphy Engraving.
drone pilot.
What are you driving?
Murphyengraving at gmail.com. We're getting out of here.